Welcome back. January and the winter months can be seriously depressing for some people. You could feel trapped and unable to break free.
Well, let's get you out of that trap. Let's invite Katherine Scott to our show.
Welcome, Katherine.
Oh, thank you.
It's good to meet you.
So excited to meet you.
Oh, I'm excited to meet you.
Now, some of you might be thinking that why have we got Katherine here today? But we're talking about it's a new you, new beginning. What do we say? Was it
Start
new year?
afresh.
Start afresh. And Katherine, my dear friend from Ireland, she went through some years that looked dark and bleak, right? Is that true?
Okay, well, I was diagnosed with Hodgkin's lymphoma.
Which is?
It's a cancer of the lymphatic system.
Okay.
And I actually, when I was diagnosed with Hodgkin's lymphoma, I had no idea what it was. And then, of course, I found out that it was cancer of the lymphatic system.
How did you come to know? How did you feel?
How did I
Physically?
feel?
Did you just...
Actually, it was just little lumps on my neck here, and I was feeling so exhausted. I had 2 young children at the time, about a year, 2 years, and pushing the buggy up a hill was just so arduous for me that I thought there's something wrong here.
Were you
And,
living in Ireland at the time as well?
No, London.
London. Okay.
Yeah. So I went to the doctor, and of course that was the diagnosis. Well, it was recommended that I have chemotherapy. And yes, I did try alternative treatment initially, but not having much faith that that was going to work out for me. Somebody suggested, yes, go for the chemotherapy, you know, just take it and maybe you can decide after what's the best. And so 9 months of chemotherapy, I lost my hair, my eyelashes.
How old were you at the time?
43.
Wow.
Thereabouts, yeah.
No way.
And you had little kids?
I had 2 little ones, yes. Maybe 2 and 3 years of age, I think they were at the time. Yeah. And
No, seriously, I'm what? I'm around that age.
Oh, I am too. Well, I think we're all kind of relating to that.
Yeah.
Like, what I do.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
yes,
And
tell us what you did.
that was so hard. And at that time, my marriage broke up. This was really, really bad.
He left you whilst you were sick.
He did.
Let's say what we think, right?
Yes, that's true. He did not even come to visit me in the hospital except one time, actually. That was really bad. You know?
Yeah.
Anyway, so, and I had a son too that got into difficulty with the police as well at that time. So it was like everything fell.
But sometimes life seems to be like that. When it rains, it pours. We've heard that saying several times, and it just keeps coming again and again.
And it was depressing going for that chemotherapy. I think it was twice a month. I had to go, and there were times it really, you know, almost done me in.
Right.
Yeah. But the 9 months of chemotherapy, at that time, I had quite a few friends that came and visited me and brought me some good books. There was one book which was called The Grape Diet. And right after my 9 months of chemotherapy, having read this book on the grapes, I eat grapes for 5 weeks. Nothing else. Because I thought, yes, because it healed this lady in South Africa that was eating grapes for 5 weeks, and I thought, okay, that I'm going to try that. And of course, I forgot to tell you that I was full of fear. Every second minute, I just thought of this cancer coming back. And so fear was overtaking me, you know, just about every second minute. So another book that somebody else suggested to me was the wheatgrass book. And this was my saving grace, really. Yeah, wheatgrass juice. So I read this book, and the pages in the testimonials in this book, you know, I thought to myself, I do not ever have to get sick again. It was just.
Explain what wheatgrass is. Some people might not know. Do you know what grass is? Yeah, wheatgrass.
Wheatgrass.
It looks like grass, but.
It's yeah, there are different types of grasses, but this grass is actually
Just let me know.
it's actually grown from the wheat grain. You know what wheat is?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, and usually this grain is planted out in the fields, but you can actually grow it in trays in your home and cut it when it's about 7 inches in height and juice it. And that is what I did. So 1 to 2 ounces per day, religiously, every morning. It didn't taste great. In fact, just the very smell of the juice made me feel nauseated. But
I used to
Yeah.
feel that way about kale. It's okay.
no, I don't feel about kale. But anyway, this, I held my nose while I drank it because I tell you, the peace of mind that I got from drinking that juice just was totally worth it, really. And the hope and the joy that I felt, I thought, I need never feel fear again.
So at
Once
this time, you were thinking, I can do this. With all that's going on around you, you could see a light. You could
I
see
could.
the light at the end of the tunnel.
Absolutely, yes. Yeah. And actually the fact that I had this knowledge, this treasure of knowledge that I do not have to get sick again, provided I changed what I'm eating to more nutritional food, was like, it kind of overshadowed a lot of the other things that I was going through at the time. I thought, I have a great knowledge here that would be beneficial to many, many people who get sick and who are going for the usual chemotherapy treatment.
So fast forward 20 years or so and tell us where you are now and what you hope to achieve from this point now in your life.
Okay. Well, my passion is, helping others to become aware that their bodies can actually heal themselves, provided they feed it with the right nutrition.
Okay.
And that would be a whole food, plant-based diet.
I love
That's
that
incredible.
message. And before we started filming tonight, Pete and I and Natasha were discussing just eating healthy, especially with a lot of these millennials that were probably raised on pre-processed food. Fruit snacks, Capri Suns, not whole foods. And so what are some things that you suggest that they eat to feel better? Because you have a lot of knowledge. You've done a lot of reading and...
Wheatgrass juice.
For the layman.
No, a lot of green vegetables, just 80% vegetables, you could
80%
say.
of
yeah.
your diet should
Well,
be vegetables.
alkaline diet, actually.
Okay.
80% alkaline, 20% acidic. And you'll get most of your alkaline foods from vegetables.
Okay.
And
Well, look at her. I mean, and this is a total compliment. You are the picture of health. You have beautiful skin. You have nice physique. You have
But you can't guess
wonderful
how old
hair.
she
Oh,
is.
thank you.
I have no idea.
Don't go there.
You're not mentioning age.
But I mean, obviously there's something to do with that because you radiate.
Oh,
that's what I
thank you.
said, yeah.
Thank you.
Catherine, if you had to recommend your 2 top books to reference people to read about this, to read about healthy eating, what would they be?
Yeah, well, I would say the Wheatgrass book of
Okay.
Ipsum. That's by Anne Wigmore.
Okay.
I mean, that's the book that inspired me.
Okay.
So I would think that would be a really good book. When I first started out, there was only just a smaller handful of recipe, raw food recipe books, but now it's blossomed into thousands.
Right. There's
Yeah,
whole stores
so
on this.
you just go to YouTube and
Okay.
whatever. I'm trying to think. After the Wheatgrass book, nothing could compare, really. It's not that wheatgrass tastes great, it does not, but it's a peace of mind that you get from drinking that juice.
Because of your health.
Yes.
Thank you. Yeah.
1 ounce of that wheatgrass juice consists of about 100 nutrients or more, well-known nutrients.
Wow.
And you
Yeah.
just grind it up.
You grind it up in a wheatgrass juicer, or a green juicer. Yeah.
I wouldn't even know how to start that.
Oh, wow.
We'll talk later.
That's
Yeah.
right,
Yes.
definitely.
Well, bless your
Thank
heart.
you.
It has obviously done well for you. Thank you so much for
Oh,
coming
yeah.
today and sharing your message.
Oh, you're welcome.
Thanks, Catherine.
We'll be back right after this.